Hi guys. So today I've been working quite a lot by looking at some videos from students demonstrating, from private sittings and so on, and it's always a joy when you get through and you can help them be more confident, or how to deal with situations where they are struggling and the self-confidence is dropping and so on. So yeah, it's been a very rewarding day, even if it's hard work to listen and listen and listen and listen. But I do love it, and I like to be hands-on. So it's a world who is chaotic, okay? There's a lot of noise out there. There's a lot of wars going on. There's a lot of negativity. So I believe that we need every medium we can get. And for me, everything is about healing. So even if you don't lay hands, it's all about healing. It's all about helping people find the light, find the beauty within themselves, find solutions if they're going through darkness or whatever. But as a medium, I find it extremely important to lift the positive things in their life, to lift all the positive traits that they have, because we all have strength and weakness within ourselves, you know. And if you look at the auric field, which I'm blessed to see quite a lot, there will always be strength and weaknesses, but you all have a substance from your soul and your spirit that shows me who you really are, the true you, so to speak. And the true you from your soul and your spirit is a beautiful one. It is not tainted with indoctrination. It is not tainted with all your mental business and your psyche business and your fears and your insecurities or whatever going on in your life, because your soul is pure. That's what I believe. Like always, agree to disagree, but I believe that the soul and the spirit comes from the spark of God, or whatever you call it. So for me, that's the pure God essence that we have inside ourselves. So it's been a blessing, and also I think I'm very fortunate to have my job and to be able to read people, and regardless how they come across, how they behave and so on, you don't have to like people's behavior, but you can love the essence of them, the spirit and the soul in every person. Because we all have flaws, we all have our insecurities and our fears, and we react on that. And with an animal instinct who always look for safety and security, there will always be a defense mechanism. We will always try to hide our flaws maybe. You know, when you meet a person for the first time, and also from yourself, when you meet someone, you want them to see your positive sides. You want them to see all the good bits about you. And I usually say that if you meet someone and you feel, I'm not sure about this person, they're nice, they're very nice, they are helpful. Why do I feel there's something there I can't touch on, something that's nagging at me, something that I don't understand and I can't really put my fingers on it, what it is? I usually say, give people about 6 months and they usually show them their true color, so to speak. Because we all, like I said, try to show the good parts of us. But it's very hard when you get to know someone very well and you spend a lot of time with someone. Your true colors will come through, because you can't live behind a mask all the time, you know. There will be some cracks in your light where you will show your true self. And by saying that, I don't really mean the true self, because the true self is the spirit, is the essence of the God, but who you really are as a person, with your weaknesses, with your flaws, with your indoctrination. And when it comes to develop mediumship, for example, I think the biggest reward is actually to find yourself. And it's very scary sometimes. And when you sit in the power, or you sit in deep meditation, when it's not a led meditation, but you just sit in the silence, you know, and you try to blank your mind, you usually have to face yourself in the end. And I remember when I started to do that, I was afraid to see who I really was, because what if the soul or your spirit is not as beautiful as you hope. Today I realize my soul and my spirit is beautiful. It is flawless. It is a part of God. It is perfect. Me, another thing, might not be that perfect. I might have a lot of flaws and a lot of issues and things that comes from my life, my indoctrination and everything, that creates insecurities and fears and God knows what. And I think to try to hide that, I think is the biggest fault we can do. And we all do it because the animal instinct, safety and security, defense mechanism coming up because we want to feel safe, and secure and comfortable and God knows what. But by sitting there, you eventually have to face yourself. And I'm not sitting as often as I should today. Back in the day, I sat an hour at least every day for the first 10 years, except a couple of days where there was big weekends or something. Otherwise, I was very, very dedicated. And I think I needed it at that time because I needed a lot of healing. I needed to find myself. But there was also a lot of tears. I was crying a lot when I was sitting, when I was trying to find myself. And when I started to like myself, I felt ashamed because who am I to be liked? There were always these things within me that I should beat myself up, and I'm not good enough. That little devil on the shoulder always showed up and said, don't you think you are something? Don't you dare think that you're good enough or whatever. Today I realize after all these years, I am good enough. I still have my flaws, but I own them today. And I still have a lot to work with. And I think I will have that all my life. I think all the way up to the day I'm going home, I will have things that I have to work with because otherwise, why would I be here, So life is shit sometimes. Life is painful, So pretend when you are a medium that, I'm above everything because I'm in contact with the godly energies or whatever, the guides or whatever, It doesn't help your life. It does help your life because you feel you're not alone facing every struggle you're going through. Because you have a team on the other side that loves you unconditionally, that supports you, are there with you. But still, they can't take away the pain from life, and we're all going through it. At the moment, my dad, with his Alzheimer's dementia, it's painful to see him every day. It's painful to see how he deteriorates. It's painful to not see my strong, capable hero as my father has been for me all my life, I hate to see him like that. And I believe he hates to see him like this as well, because he tells me when I talk to him that he knows that his mind is not working as he used to. And I think it must be horrible, horrible feeling to realizing that something is missing, deteriorating or whatever. So life can be shitty, really shitty. I've been fortunate enough anyway, I would like to say, with my life. Yeah, I've been through hell from certain parts of my life, but I think that goes for everyone. Everybody goes through hell from time to time. And I don't think you can compare your pain with anybody else, because your pain is your pain and it's yours alone. So sometimes I think maybe I shouldn't complain. There's a war in another country, but that doesn't take away my pain and my bereavement and my sadness of seeing my dad going down like it does, for example. So I think the secret is to accept that life is shitty sometimes, but also try to make the most of it as you can. To not dwell on things, to not have it linger within your mind 24/7, but to give yourself a breather. And sometimes people feel guilty when they're not feeling bad for anybody else. So, oh, shitty me who doesn't feel sad and I'm not crying for you all the time. It doesn't help you or the person you are suffering with. At least for me, I'm trying now I do what I can for my dad, for example. I do what I can for my family. But if I can't do anything else than what I'm doing, what does it help them if I punish myself? And what does it help me if I punish myself? Nothing. I will just be more and more sad for no reason whatsoever. So I'm trying to think that my dad is 86 years old. He lived more than most people, or a lot of people at least, and he had a good life. And I've been blessed to have such a good father in my life. And I can only hope, pray, and when the day comes for me that my children will say the same. We've been blessed to have a good mother. I know I haven't been the best mother. I've been through my issues through my life, and they haven't had an easy time maybe. But I hope where we are today that I will say at least my mom did the best she could, and we love her for what she done and who she is today. So hopefully I've been a good mother to my children, and I believe I have in my way anyway, and the best I could. So what do I want to say with this? Yeah, I believe that the guilty feelings has been a huge part of me all my life. And I would like to say today that guilty feelings is man-made, doesn't exist in the spirit world. So try to put them to one side. Learn from your lessons. What can I do? How much can I do? And don't punish yourself if you don't feel you are. Because maybe you are, maybe it's just in your mind. I don't know. I'm just rambling here now, but I do wish you a lovely life, and I hope that you can look at yourself, look at that you have a soul and a spirit that determine who you are, and that you see your own beauty, and that you can stay in your own beauty. Bye.